Good day, everyone, and welcome to day 5 of the ML9 Gauntlet 13. Right now, we have our lobby bands as Xbox, Iritel, YSS, and Estes, and we are seeing No Cancer Zone versus Shinigami. Okay, so today is day 5 because yesterday, that was day 4, was handled off stream because our streamer was not available on that day. Rumors is that he was a player. I'm not really sure how credible that information is, but yeah, we are going into day 5 of the Gauntlet 13. And it seems that both sides are ready. Okay, let's get this show on the road. And just to remember, the bands are YSS, Iritel,
Daughter of Northern Vale. I swear to protect it till my
YSS, Iritel, Xborg, and Estes. So those are the bands for tonight's game. And we can see NCC starting off with that Freya band. Very deadly hero in the hands of basically anyone right now. Actually, seeing a Terizla band. That's quite unexpected. Is that a targeted ban on Super Sui? Wonder what the last ban here we would see. Maybe an Alice ban? Or Baxia ban? Actually, it's a Zushin ban that we're seeing. And that Sora is picked up as the first pick here for the side of NCZ. We still have the Joy YVE. Maybe a Lapu Lapu. Okay, looks like they'll be going for Grok and Eve.
Exists the equilibrium which I was made for.
And that Allison Florin is secured. Okay, so right now the draft of NCC really does have a lot of sustain coming in from that Sora, the Alice, and the Florin here. But there is a pretty good, strong front from this Grok. One of the best drums right now, and then the Eve with the real manipulation is just very good at the team fights and poking. And it looks like that would be the Joy secured for Levi, not going into the third phase here. And the CC, I guess the CC of the Sora would be what the side of NCC would have to rely on to lock down this Joy. But other than that, I would love to see how this game does play out. For the last ban here, maybe we see a Clint's ban? Yes, that's a Clint's ban for Shinigami, taking out that 2 heroes now for King's Law.
Your team is picking.
Okay, I'm not sure what just happened. Did we all experience a network outage? Because it looks like NCC didn't use their 5th ban here. But that's gonna be a Yu Zhong picked up for the side of SGM. Zenkai taking that Valier. Oh, and that's a Melissa for Kinglaw. So I'm guessing this Valier plots the Melissa would be the backliners to try and deal with that Joy. And Nina's Pookie here as the last pick for SGM. Wonder if they're gonna go for a fighter in the gold lane this time, or would they lock in that Moskov? Doesn't really have that much range versus the burst rival from the Valier. Oh yeah, they do lock in that Moskov. Okay, so now we have the draft from both teams. You can see NCC has a decent amount of dive. They do have that ultimate from Florin as well to provide some heals and extra bit of sustain. The damage from Melissa, I don't know. It's gonna really depend how this Melissa positions during the fights to see how her damage can stack up on the side of SGM. But right now we have Levi on his signature Joy pick. We have a Grok, we have a Moskov with those Spear of Destructions, as well as Nero on that Black Dragon. Some people are lizards, some people are chameleons, but that Nero is a dragon. So, yeah, let's get into it. This is game 1 of day 5 of the Gauntlet 13. And I'm excited for how this one is gonna play out. Right now, that Grok just getting information for the side of SGM, trying to put some pressure onto the jungle, and it looks like Anti-Pipe was able to steal a creep from Faker, which isn't really what you want to be seeing in the early game. Getting that delay on the level 4 here from your jungler. But right over here, Levi is able to steal a creep, but this Grok still just putting in pressure. He hasn't been able to take, wasn't successful in stealing the red buff though. And they have stolen the second creep from Faker here. And he hasn't been able to get his level 4. He's gonna need to find a creep around the jungle. But he's gonna get that XP crab. He's able to secure that. Still doesn't have his level 4, but ooh, he is sticking on to Joe. And that will be a first blood onto Faker with a bit of joy.
Red team has slain the turtle.
Oh, Zenkai getting caught out by that real manipulation. He has to pop the ult to be able to escape, and he's using those burst fireballs to clear the mid lane now. Faker still just reaching his level 4 after the first turtle. And Joe just putting that pressure onto his jungle here, not giving him a lot of room to farm. Right now, the Sullivan CC are actually just playing this safe. The Melissa hasn't had a lot of attention come to her lane yet, so she's been able to just pretty much farm it safe. But just as I said that Joe has rotated, but over here in the mid lane, looks like Faker will be clearing the mid lane waves. Looks like a fight might be popping out. That is the beats of joy that has been used, the electrifying beats in the backline, but they are able to escape. The step away from Melissa comes in, but Levi will be able to escape here. Faker over there in the backline, but that two-man petrify from Nero. Zenkai able to push him back and save his team, as Zen will recall after that fight. This looks like it's going to be an easy total for the side of SGM here.
Red team has slain the turtle.
And Sora actually not joining in that fight, managed to get a bit of gold. Looks like he's having a hard time versus Nero, and he has to pop that ultimate. Over here, Kingzo still just playing it safe, not overextending, trying to get minions. But over here in the jungle, Faker able to use that blood orb and escape last second before they could compound to him. That would be the lead to go into Levi as well. He has secured a 2-level gap over Faker here, and that looks like a gank onto the top lane. He will fall to Nina's Pookie. Levi going in with the electrifying beats, but he does not pop. He just popped up bits of joy, and they will be able to secure that top lane tower. Over here, Nero diving in with that furious dive, and the blood ode has been used, but it doesn't catch onto anyone. Kingler dealing damage with the door, but looks like the electrifying beats coming in from Levi. But over here in the bottom lane, Super C really just focusing on getting that tower, but he might be cut out here. Grok uses the tectonic charge, and that is Oh, he's quite low. Nina's Pookie is able to catch him and secure that kill. Levi coming in with the beats of joy, but Zenkai able to hold him back. The Furious Dive does come in, but ooh, Zen flickers through the wall to survive that fight. Over here in the bottom lane though, Faker is caught out again. He tries to use the blood orb, but he is a bit too fast and gets caught out by from that wall. Antipipe really just being a nuisance here. Super C in a bit of trouble. He doesn't have his ultimate. The electrifying bits to secure that kill onto Super C. Looks like that bottom lane tower will be falling as well. But over here we have Zen in that mid lane brush. The Blood Oath committed, it catches onto 2, but that's the Tectonic Charge committed by Joe. The Petrify coming in from Nero. Though they electrify the Beats of Joy in the backline to secure that double kill, and Nero getting that kill onto Faker. Super C is alone. I don't think he can defend this, but looks like he's able to get that stun. Well, yes, he secures that kill onto Antipipe, but right now he's caught out in no man's land and he manages to escape. Oh, the Furious Dive doesn't land onto him. Levi popping up the Beats of Joy. Looks like Faker is not able to secure his buff. While the side of Shinigami are going on to that red buff as well. These are the worst type of games for junglers. When you have your early game stalled, it just affects the rest of the game. But our Blood Oath will not land as Levi is able to use the Beats of Joy and get out of that fight in time. Oh, but over here in the bottom lane, looks like Nina's Pookie is able to secure a kill onto Super C, but King's Law will be dropped in that top lane while that is happening as well. The reward manipulation coming into the backline. That is the Beats of Joy, followed by the Spear of Destruction to land onto Zenkai. Nero securing that kill. Looks like this first slot will be going to the side of Shinigami. There is a gold lead of around 9k currently, and they have gotten the first load, but I guess the win condition that NCC could have in this game would be Melissa scaling as well as Alice getting her items to be tanky enough to be in that front line and for Zen to be able to heal some of that damage coming in. But right now, that's the Tectonic Charge plus the reward manipulation and the Furious Dive. Super C pops his ultimate, but he's not able to sustain that damage. Nero dives in. And Zenkai with that burst fireball still falling. No, he manages to survive with a sliver of HP, but Levi with those electrifying beats is able to dive in and secure that kill.
Blue team turret has been destroyed.
Looks like the Blood Oath will catch onto Joe, and that'll be the shut down and the double kill for King Law. Right now, that has affected the gold lead to about an 8k gold lead now. If we take a look at the items, we can see that Melissa is about to complete her fort. Actually has no boots, King Law here. Alice is on her third item as well. So the Lord is spawning in 54 seconds. I guess at this current stage of the game, we're 12 minutes into the game, we might be seeing some buyback from NCZ, but then the gold lead is still a massive one. Looks like that's the bits of joy committed here and will disengage while Super C will pop that ultimate. Looks like a tectonic charge onto Faker here in the backline. Real manipulation is popped. He uses that blood out, but he would not get the chance to land it fully. Super C over here getting hit by anti-pipe, but Nina's Pookie and Levi in the backline with those beats of joy, able to secure that kill. And it is a wiped out, as Shinigami will take game 1 home. GG's to both teams here. We can see Nina Spooky on that MVP performance.
Wherever this cloud drifts, new stories are sure to unfold.
Okay, let's get into it. You have just seen the lobby bans. It is Clint, Curry, YSS.
I am a daughter of Northernvale. I swear to protect
They're
it till
banning
my
out
last
that
breath.
terrorist and Freya, as well as that Curry here.
Let them play the hero.
Your team
I
is
will be the
picking.
truth this world desperately needs.
And that dragon. It looks like that will be a Sicilian first pick.
Until nothing remains.
My kiss. Will it grant immortality?
And it's Carry that Alice Super CEO on that Gato Catcher.
1,000
Joe
winters have
on
led to
Hylos.
this moment.
Right now we're seeing each team rapidly picking those heroes. Looks like that will be a CC pick here, a CC gold. Are we gonna see another Joy pick?
Let's hear from the crowd.
Nope, that would be the CC gold. And for King Glow here, maybe an Ixia Gatsukacha combo.
Hello, my friend.
No, they would lock in that Estes instead, now that he wasn't banned out.
When the body suffers,
Your team is
the spirit
A
blooms.
Benedetta ban?
It's my way or the highway.
And actually, Shinigami take out that Ixia pick. Looks like he will be going for Brody.
The clouds are ever shifting,
eternal
but
wardens
this heart
of the
remains
great
steadfast.
Okay, and right now that will be Sora and Amon as the last picks for Shinigami here. Which is an Amon into an Alice. A lot of AoE. And Zenkai
Everything engulfed
picking
in
up that Valer
flames.
again. Right now, I'm liking the draft of NCC. They do have dive, they have damage and frontline, as well as that sustain from Estes. But on the other side, from SGM, they have dive, they have damage, they have range from that Sicilian. They also do have that glorious pathway from Joe to be able to come weave in and out of fights, disengage or engage.
until the enemy reaches the battlefield.
All right, let's go into this game 2 and hopefully a game 3, as we love to see here in the Gauntlet Knights. Looks like Joe will be trying the same as last game to just pressure that jungle here. But Faker already done with that purple buff and is onto the red. While Zenkai is ready to defend here, so if Hylos is coming, it's gonna be having a tough time. Oh, but looks like Super C is almost caught out there. But those burst fireballs from Zenkai just put in a lot of pressure onto that Sicilian, but he gets caught by that sort of sanguine claws. And Nero is able to sustain that damage. Faker reaching his level 4 this time, as Joe is getting caught out here. I'm not sure if he's going to be able to escape, but that's the blood all committed, and it is a first blood onto Joe. Kingler just playing this very safe. Nina Spooky is freezing those lanes, but looks like he would not take the bait. He's missing out on gold, but then he is able to actually Levi diving into that tower using the retribution plus the shards, but he will not be able to secure that kill. And over here, NTC will secure that turtle. And going for that purple buff. That's going to be a flicker and ultimate from Nero to secure that kill onto Zen. Faker in the back line here. Still landing, but that's the blood hold connecting onto Tree, and it's a double kill and a kill onto Nina Spooky. While Levi will steal Faker's buff while all of this was going on. Right now, that Valer really being a bane in this side of Shinigami with the way he just goes in. With those boss fireballs, the Hylos just has to walk up to his enemies, so he can't help but be an easy target for those boss fireballs. But over here in the bottom lane, looks like there will be another gank being planned here. It looks like a sandwich play. Joe coming into the back line. Anti-pipe with those sanguine claws plus the Bass Fest. He dives into the tower, and Levi using those shards, but it is Joe that will fall here, and Kingler able to survive that gank. Brody's tankiness really showing here for a marksman. And the second turtle will be coming up shortly. It looks like Levi is not planning to contest. This might be another gank onto the top lane. No, looks like they will be rotating here, even though the turtle's HP is almost gone, and that will be the turtle secured before they arrive. The Bass Fest has been used. Zenkai caught out by that ultimate from Nero, and it is a double kill. The Glorious Powerway has been dropped, but Faker will not have enough sustain to take that. Super C in the back line, trying his best with those steel bones, but he will fall as well. Kingler already used the Tunnel Power Memories. He's getting caught. He manages to dodge out those Sanguine Claws, but he will get dropped by Nina Spooky. As Shinigami will win this fight and take the purple buff as well. Right now, Levi actually getting a level ahead of Faker here from that fight. It looks like they will be able to take this bottom lane tower down. But over here, Nero. It's like Faker wants to go for this buff again. Joe is having a hard time versus this Alice. She just sticks to him like bread, and that's the blood oath committed here. Wow, he will be able to get that buff. But over here, Nero securing that engage onto 2. The AOG comes in, but he will not be able to land it onto Nero. He secures that kill onto Zen, and Super C able to get that double kill onto 2 with the assist from Zenkai with those boss fireballs. The steel bones keeping him alive. The boss fireball still comes in, and he able to dash back into those bad impacts, as Zenkai will have to defend this turret alone. Right now, the turtle is up, and this looks like Shinigami does have the control of this turtle area. That's the glorious pathway, and it is Levi to secure that turtle. He's able to run away and escape with the cloak, but Nero over here in the backline using that ultimate. The Sanguine Claws catches onto Super C. That's the revitalized popped. Faker here not able to sustain all that damage coming in, as Nina's Pookie will secure that kill. Over here, Nero looks like he is in trouble here. He's gonna have to pop that ultimate as he targets Zen. Zen popping the Blessing of the Moon Goddess, but he will not be able to survive that damage. The Blood Oath is committed onto Nero, but Anti-Pipe with that Bass Fist. Ooh, he's able to escape the AOG and flicker out. But the Steel Bones keeping Super CU alive. He gets the taunt onto 3, but that will not be enough. It is a killing spree, while Levi does secure that kill. The Sanguine Claws will catch onto Zenkai, and it will be a 4 for non-trade in favor of Shinigami. That really was a crucial fight, because right up we're getting the Lord that is spawning. Faker popping that Blood Oath. That's the AOG. The Glorious Pathway is used, but they have no minions to dive. The Sanguine Claws. Anti-Pipe really just landed those Sanguine Claws. And it is Levi to secure that buff. Right now he is level 12, while Faker on a level 11. But looks like NCC will not be contesting this Lord, as Levi will be able to secure that quite easily. The glorious pathway is popped. The blessing of the moon goddess has not been used yet. Nero in that back line, able to, but that blood oath coming in from Faker, followed by that AOG. Joe is in trouble, but it's Faker that will drop first. King Law is able to drop Nero. An anti-pipe, really so low, but King Law secures that kill, and it is a shot down and a double kill. While Levi will be aiming for those turrets, looks like he will not be able to do that, as NTZ will secure this pretty easily. But those blast fireballs landing onto Nina's Pookie. Zenkai using that flicker just to make sure, but Nina's Pookie is able to dash out of there. While only one inhibitor turret will be falling in this Lord Siege. Alright, now we can see that the Brody has finally come online. If we take a look at the items here, he has gotten his Malefic gun, and he just picked up that Sea Halberd. Currently on a 7.3k gold, so he's not the highest, he's the highest for his team. The side of Shinigami does have much more gold, but Levi will be spotted out coming into that bush. And Super Sui here getting ganked on. He tries to use the AOG, but he's able to escape successfully. But anti-pipe over there with the Bass Fest, as well as the bad impact to secure that kill onto Super C. Faker here just trying his best to defend, but that's the blood oath committed, the glorious pathway, but the blessing of the moon goddess managed to keep him alive. But it's the Bast impact to secure that kill, and a killing spree for King Law. But will he be able to survive? He will get dropped by anti-pipe here, but Zenkai is still alive together with Super C. Would they be able to defend this? It is a 3v2. Zenkai has popped that ultimate, and it is Super C to fall first, and those burst fireballs to clear the wave. Levi coming in with the shards, but he will not have enough damage to drop Zenkai, as the other members of NCC will respawn. But they've lost all their inhibitor towers, and Shinigami are getting started on this load. Looks like Nero will pop that ultimate onto Faker. Faker being kept alive by that blessing of the moon goddess, but he's able to use the blood orb and the blood oath to... Ooh, but looks like Levi is able to get into that back line. Super CU is held back by that Hylos, and it's Zen getting caught by that. He manages to use the Winter Crown last second to survive this, but Zenkai left alone to defend this base. He only has his ultimates and those burst fireballs, and he will drop as well, as Shinigami will take game 2 as well as the series.
Victory!
GG's to both teams here. And we can see anti-pipe on that MVP performance, dealing a total of 33% damage for his team. And that will be all for tonight. We're going to close this off with a random skin animation, and we will see you guys next time.
Class is in session, so do behave.